Convicted felon Ruby Franke's daughter, Shari Franke, has now spoken out on the situation happening currently in Los Angeles. And her point of view is extremely interesting considering she was raised with the Frankes who are ultra-right. This is the first message she uploaded to her stories, saying, "Dear USA, tackling, manhandling, and cuffing a US senator at a news conference even before he could ask a question is authoritarian. Shooting reporters with rubber bullets is authoritarian. Calling in the National Guard to put down peaceful protesters is authoritarian. Sincerely, a concerned comparative politics scholar." Someone didn't like this and commented saying, "Clearly you don't know much." And Shari responded saying, "It's not like I spent 4 years studying authoritarian regimes, democratic backsliding, and learning how to find objective and bipartisan news sources. I try hard not to talk about politics openly, but it's getting to the point where we need to start pushing back before it's too late." Her next post was this, saying, "Of course, there will always be the potential for violent protests, and those aren't okay. Violent offenders should be held accountable for crimes, but shutting down any dialogue over the protests or punishing peaceful protesters is wrong, and the president overstepping constitutional checks to do so is also wrong." Trump supporters can't be calling for pardons for January 6 insurrectionists while also supporting military intervention in LA. Also, some of you have been asking about news sources I read. Here are my favorites. And she added that the BBC, because yes, it's left-leaning, but she says because it's not in the US, it's not as influenced by Democrat versus Republican parties. She also said Reuters, AP, and NPR, depends on the issue. And then she added one last post saying, "Okay, last thing. I grew up so ultra far right and I read all those types of news sources. I know what ultra liberal or ultra conservative media looks like. I'd like to think I've educated myself to the point I can spot the difference, and I seek out stories from both sides, but I lean independent now." Shari and Chad Franke have actually been fairly quiet on social media lately. Shari had said that she's engaged, she's going to be getting married, and she is not going to be on social media. But this obviously was important enough for her to finally come on and speak out.